Hi, we're Kirsten and Lewis and we live in our VW crafter named Cora. We work in the van, we live in the van and we travel as much as we can. So if you want to come and see what we do, then stay tuned. So today we are leaving Bruges and heading to Doel, which is a very cool half-abandoned village in Belgium.
Doel is a small town just north of Antwerp. Since 1965 there have been plans to expand the port of Antwerp and completely demolish Doel. There's a few residents that still live here that have been fighting for many years to keep the place alive.
So we've just parked Cora up by here. You can't actually park any closer because there's gates and it's residents only. So we'll show you them gates now. This is the gate I was on about. So there's like a electric bollard in the middle of the floor, but it'll only go down if you're a resident. But obviously if you've got like a motorbike or something, you can kind of just go around it, which a few people have done. I think there was like a group of motorbikes that went down that day.
From the gates to the centre of Doel, it's about a 10-minute walk, and along the way you'll see a couple of abandoned houses and there's a petrol station there which looks quite cool, and then you'll also see there's a house with massive gates and a big sign that says we live here. So obviously we just walk straight past it. What's happening? You seen any ghosts?
Not yet.
Yet.
Keep looking.
If you've watched us before, you'll know that we're big fans of art, and a personal favourite of mine is street art. I just think that it can bring some life and a bit of personality to buildings that can otherwise look quite boring or very samey. In Doel, there's obviously a lot more art that's a little bit political due to the situation going on there. There was an organisation set up called Doel 2020, which was aimed at making Doel an open-air museum for street art. I personally think this is a great way to make the best out of a bad situation and give the voice back to the people.
This church was built between 1851 and 1854 and it's one of the few buildings that the government actually still maintain in Doel. However, when we were there were signs up that made it look like they were thinking of demolishing the church and digging up all the graves, which was kind of weird, but we don't actually know. We couldn't fully understand the signs.
And clogs.
So comfy. I've had them years. Right there. Let's get these out. Yeah?
Yeah, is it even that one that's the brightest one? No? Like, it's got instructions. Don't put anything on. Down maybe.
I'd say there. Like there?
Yeah, why not, innit? Just yeah, but I think it's gonna be wrong anyway.
Why?
Because we haven't got a fucking Scooby-Doo what we're doing. It's literally never over the bulb on any of them though. It's just on the side or underneath usually.
That one's to the left side and that one's to the right side.
Yeah,
One's here and one's here.
yeah, but I mean that's probably for different sides of, like, if you're European come to UK, if you UK come to Europe. Do you know what I mean?
So do you reckon it's here?
I imagine so. We're driving on the right hand side of the road, so stop.
Done.
Right, there we are. Fuck it. Done now. I can't help myself.
I'm there like beep, 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 beep.
See, now I'd imagine it'd be on the right hand side on this side.
Like here.
No, that's the left hand side.
Or like here.
Oh, I don't know. Just put it anywhere. As long as they're on, they can't fucking complain. I'm very emotional. Gee whiz.
Very stressed out are you, Liv?
Yeah, I can't.
I think they were completely pointless and I don't understand why we have them.
There we are then.
That's not stopping nothing.
Oh. Well, that was stress.
I don't get it. That's not stopping nothing. waste of time.
Everyone's just got an insight into how easily overwhelmed I get.
They're like,
They just don't make sense to me. I don't know. We're probably going to blind some Belgians on our way to Amsterdam.
they don't make sense to me though. That doesn't. I can't. The lights are so big. What a tiny circle's gonna stop. There's like things in the middle of the road anyways that stop it.
So yeah, we've just finished up in Doel. Kirsten's having a sip of Vimto.
We walked a lot.
Yeah, it's only a small place, but you do end up like going around a few times, and it's quite entertaining.
It's really cool.
Thing? Yeah.
It's like you walk around and you kind of miss parts, and you're like, oh, let's go back around again, and then you're like, oh, I didn't see this bit. Hours of fun.
Took lots of photos and lots of videos.
Which you'll have seen.
Yeah, you'll have seen that by now. You should know this.
Now we're going to go on my phone, find our spot and park for night that I actually found earlier already. But I'm just going to get it up and put our little maps on. Oh, it's disappointing. I've had it on my phone all day and it's just decided to wipe it off now. That's okay, we can find it again.
So yeah, we're travelling towards Amsterdam today. We're going to stay initially in a not a campsite, is it? It's just a park up.
Yeah, we're just going to go and like park for night, find somewhere that's like rated nicely.
Yeah, not too far away from Amsterdam because we've got a campsite kind of near the middle tomorrow. We're going to be in Amsterdam for a couple of days. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a big football fan and I follow Swansea and Ajax. Those are like my two teams. And I've been looking for weeks and weeks and weeks for tickets for any of the two games that are on whilst we're in Amsterdam. And there was nothing. Ajax have got a thing where the fans are allowed to resell their tickets officially through Ajax, which is quite cool. I think more clubs should do that. And I've been looking on there, and it's just like you'll have two seats in a block, and there'll be like one down the bottom, one up the top. And I don't want to go if we can't sit next to each other. It's kind of taints the experience if we're not sitting next to each other.
We just feel like
you
enjoy it.
Do you see how I go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some food.
That's accurate.
That's me. Yeah, I'm gonna get some food. Oh, do you remember they've got really good hot dogs? I was really hungover, so it could just be that.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how good hot dogs can really be.
So good. I think I had about 4.
But anyway, I didn't get to the thing of the story. So I was looking for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and there was nothing. There was always one separate to another. So last night I was just like, I'll give it another go. I just went on there on a whim, and there was literally 2 tickets. The last 2 tickets that are next to each other. So on Wednesday, we are going to Ajax versus Vitesse, which should be cool. And it's I think it's the last game before the World Cup. So yeah, we definitely wouldn't be able to get tickets for Ajax versus PSV because it's kind of a derby. It's the 2 biggest teams at the moment in the Netherlands. So.
But I didn't realise, and that's the one that I was like, yeah, we'll get tickets to that. And I booked the campsite, and then you were like, that's gonna be hard to get. I was like, why? Not knowing anything about football really.
Trying to be all cute. I just happened to book the tickets on the same day that there's a Ajax game.
Yeah.
And then you'd probably be looking at like £200 a ticket for that game, which is a bit crazy. I think we worked out about £70 for both of us to go to this game. So it's on the expensive side, but it's an amazing stadium, as you'll see because we'll do some videos there and photos and stuff.
It's quite a special thing to do as well, isn't it? Like, it's not like we're in Amsterdam every day.
Yeah. I usually just end up watching on my phone or something, so it's going to be cool to be able to be there.
Oh, I think my Ajax top's in here.
I'll have to double check that we are definitely in the home end before you wear your Ajax top. It was all in Dutch, so I don't know what, like.
Oh no!
If we're amongst all the away fans, that'd be interesting. Like Kirsten just there in an Ajax top.
Rooting. I just found a good park for night. You're gonna like this. Lewis gets a bit nervous when we're not either near campers or like just when you don't know the area. I think I'm more used to it because I had the T4 for like years before I even met you. But basically, I found a spot which looks really cool. It's kind of like, it's called Camper Platz. I don't know. It's like a camper place. And basically, you pay 9 a.m. till 9 p.m., which looks like it's €8. And then after 9, it's free. But the only downside is that it says like you have to get there early sometimes, otherwise you might not get a space. I was thinking Gouda.
Gouda?
I think that would be quite cool. Yeah. But that's what I was thinking. There might be some cool cheese shops. It's an hour and 26 minutes, and it's quite close to like
is it?
Amsterdam. Yeah, probably half hour. You said it was 2 hours from here to Amsterdam. It's an hour and a half to there.
I forget how small these countries are.
We were stopped at this pretty cool bridge for about 10-15 minutes because there was boats going through, so we had to wait for it to go up and then obviously back down again. So that took ages. Didn't expect it to take that long, but yeah, we're gonna leave this one here. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you liked it. If you did like it, give it a little like and subscribe, and we'll have more videos next week. Thank you.